I have been fighting my way with Bokeh. That's the way that I've heard to pronounce it. I don't honestly know, I've never heard it pronounced. Everyone that I spoke to about Bokeh, I'm going to call it that, everyone I spoke to about Bokeh hadn't actually heard of it referred to as that. It was just, they were talking about a shallow depth of field. So I don't know, in short, how to do it with the SX40. It's not an easy thing. The problem being, what you're meant to do with Bokeh, you're meant to have your camera a fair distance away from the item you're shooting, and that item also has to be a fair distance away from the background. What you do is you zoom in with the camera so that it's full zoom, you have it on its lowest aperture, and that together creates a very shallow depth of field, that the background is completely thrown out and blurred. The idea of Bokeh is that if you saw the background behind this rabbit, all of those items behind would be blurry. You wouldn't be able to tell really what it was. It would just be sort of circular blur, and the camera doesn't allow this. I think one of the main reasons is it's restricted in the sense that if you zoom all the way in with this lens, you can't manually focus very well. It doesn't deal with it very well when the lens is zoomed in. From everything that I've tried, Bokeh doesn't work with this camera. What you can do is you can do manual focus and throw out a whole image, which I'll show you in a minute, so that everything is blurred. But you can't have something in the foreground in focus and the background completely thrown out. I can't get it to do it. I can get it to have a blurry background, but not a completely thrown out background. If someone else knows how to do this, I'm more than open to suggestions. Please feel free to tell me if you know how to do it. Okay, so what I want to do, even though I have temporarily given up on Bokeh, I just want to show you what you can do with the focus. So it's kind of like Bokeh, but it's not, because it's not really using the principles that Bokeh uses. What I've got here, I've just got a pile of tinsel and material and Christmas lights. So what I'm going to show you is, if I just take a picture in automatic so you can see. There we go, it's got it there. Can see the little present gift thing that goes on the tree, and you can see the stem of the light and everything like that, and the detail on the tinsel. What we want to do is focus past that, so you don't see any of these defining shapes. You won't see that that's a box, you won't see that that's a line. It'll all look very circular and blurred, and that's the look that a lot of people like. So if we switch to aperture value, if we stay zoomed in, maybe go a little bit closer, you'll see already they've started to go to these sort of circle shapes, but you can still see that this is a little bit of a square, and you can see that here you've got a line coming out. We want to throw that blur out. So what we do, actually it's doing a really good job of it as it is just by zooming in loads, but as I take that picture, it's going to try and focus it. So we're going to press the manual focus button here, switch to manual focus, and we're going to tell it to focus as far away as possible, and that will focus beyond where these items are. So you see it's now greyed out this arrow, which means I can't focus any further. But when we take that image, you're not going to see, I don't even know where that present's gone now. But you see you get these sort of light effects, which are the sort of things that people really like in Bokeh. I know it's not exactly what people wanted, but it's the best that I can offer right now. I really do give up with Bokeh for the time being. I don't know if you saw what I did there, I just changed my white balance and it completely changes the look of the lights as well. But these are quite nice effects anyway. I mean, you get these nice blurred light effects, which are an aspect of Bokeh. Basically what Bokeh would be is that, but with something in focus in the foreground, and I can't push the SX40 to focus on the foreground and throw out the background that much. It just won't do it. As I say, if anyone else can figure that out and can give me advice on how to do it, I'm more than happy to listen and to try it again at a later date. So I don't want to waste any more time and string people along if I'm not actually going to be able to figure it out myself. So I apologise for that, and hopefully we can get some more videos on the go now.